Hello, and welcome back to 2K14 Universe. We're here in Montreal, and I'm Jitch.
Making his way to the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 192 pounds, the European Champion, Daniel Bryan.
And here he comes in his second reign as European Champion, Daniel Bryan, who is set to defend that championship in a table match this Sunday against his former student, Bryce Walker. Wait, how's he going to take the championship off? Doesn't he take the title off in this entrance? How's he going to do that? Or does he just point at it a lot? I guess he doesn't take it off anymore. Oh, wait. Oh, the old off-screen move. I see. Very good. Well, our roster's a little small at the moment here on Raw as we're getting towards the end of the season, and that means that we had to wheel this guy out from the hospital after the injury he suffered. Sorry, our local medical facility. Shawn Michaels is back in action after just a couple of weeks away. And I'm a little sick still, by the way, so commentary might be a little weak on this one. Tried to get over that before coming back, but I have like 2 days and then I can't record this for like another 3 because of how like my recording this format works. So it was either like get better and then not be able to record it for like another week, or it was do it now. So I'm doing it now, and that's Rikishi in the background. Shout out to Deadlock. Alright. Anyway, Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan kicking off Raw. What a great way to start Monday nights, honestly. What a great way to start your week, everybody, with Monday Night Raw. Shawn Michaels and Daniel Bryan. Well, actually, never mind. I was going to say your week will start with SmackDown, but don't worry about it. So here we go. Daniel Bryan, Shawn Michaels starting things off, and Daniel Bryan going straight into the offense. Oh my God, Daniel Bryan, he's all over him. Tonight on Raw, we have a big 6-man tag team match as our main event tonight. Obviously, you've mentioned at TLC that we'll be seeing Kofi Kingston challenge Cody Rhodes to the United States Championship, as well as a fatal 4-way match pitting Randy Orton against The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, and Goldberg, a 4-way TLC match. Orton truly outnumbered in this one. We've been told that here tonight, due to their mutual respect with each other, heading into TLC in the United States Championship match, Randy Orton will be teaming up with the United States Champion Cody Rhodes and the former European Champion Kofi Kingston, and they'll be facing off against all 3 of Orton's opponents for this Sunday in a 6-man tag team main event. Goldberg, Miz, and Ziggler. And I'll tell you what, in about 10 years' time, when we're looking back over these matches and we see Goldberg, Ziggler, and Miz on the same team, we're all going to be thinking the same thing. Man, what the hell was going on over there? It made sense at the time, though, listen. We've also got a young Bryce Walker in action later on tonight as he prepares for his table match with Daniel Bryan. I do wonder if we'll see an appearance from him at all tonight. That is definitely on the cards. It's definitely a possibility. Daniel Bryan's going from the corner to corner. Michael says no. And I believe up next, as a matter of fact, I think it is, we have Mick Foley returning to the ring, I should say. He's still fixed on trying to become tag champs with Austin. Austin wants nothing to do with it, but Foley has gotten his wish in a sense. He's facing off against one half of the tag team champions, Seth Rollins, up next. So you never know, he might be able to do what R-Truth did over on SmackDown. He might be able to kind of single-handedly earn them a tag title match. And if Austin doesn't take that up, you know what? Foley could maybe sorry. Yeah, he could burp. Well, Foley could even potentially find a different partner and challenge the Shield for the tag team titles. Of course, the Shield kind of down on challenges, really, I would say, for the tag team titles right now. Although we'll be seeing Drew McIntyre in action later on tonight, so you never know. Perhaps he can get a little more momentum for the 3MB. Well, 3MB had a pretty good showing for the tag team titles. I think it was last week on Raw. But they didn't win. And when you don't have anything else to base your storylines and build up and star power off of, wins and losses really matter. Imagine if you, like, it would never work. It would never be possible. But imagine if you could actually write, like, more general storylines. Have more freedom than possible for interactions and cutscenes and stuff. Like, how much more these series could be. I know that you can through, like, very deep video editing and stuff, but this is not a full-time job for me. And this isn't even the only channel I work on, so I would never be able to do that. But I just wanted to say, like, imagine if you could. Imagine the, like, that, I don't know, not to sound like a smart here, but imagine, like, angles that you could come up with. That would be crazy. And you consider that we just settle for, like, especially when it gets to the next season. Oh, super kick there by Shawn Michaels. When it comes to the next season, you know, it's literally just going to be matches. Like, there's not going to be anything else to build these things around. And here's the cover from Michaels, and Daniel Bryan kicks out. I tell you, that would be a hard pill to swallow, a tough loss to take. And here he comes. Don't waste his time. Uh-oh. I just remembered. I think when people custom themes run in, the song just keeps playing. So we might get the full version of Bryce Walker's theme here. He wants his close-up, baby. Daniel Bryan into the cover. Yeah, that seems like it's going to just keep playing. Alright, well, we're listening to Bryce's theme now in full. See, this is why custom themes, I think, will never come back, is they never quite got the hang of making them work properly. Well, at least it's so arena affected and quiet. It shouldn't affect the video any more than literally any other theme does that I play. It's just, here it is in its entirety. I do like this song. This is a hell of a theme. Man, what the fuck, WWE? Elijah Burke was great. Shawn Michaels gets the win. If I'm not mistaken, he'll be celebrating the Bryce's theme as well, or an overlap of the two. I can't remember which one it is. Oh, mashup! Well, Bryce Walker gets involved, and I would have to assume is partially the reason Shawn Michaels got the win. The other part, though, being that Shawn Michaels is a former WWE Champion in his own right. Either way, what a great mashup this is. But with that being said, I'm going to pull the plug on it, and we're going to move on to the next match. Alright, well, here we go. Mick Foley set to face Seth Rollins. This is a big return for Foley to the ring.
Making his way to the ring from Setauket, Long Island, New York, weighing 287 pounds, Mick Foley.
You know what? I'm actually going to quickly double check when he was last in competition. I'm pretty sure this is a return. I'm pretty sure we have not seen Mick Foley here on Raw in quite some time. Mick Foley was last featured on Raw on the 8th of October. We're now at the very beginning of December. So yes, he has not been seen in 2 months. And the last time he competed, he lost to the NWO with Steve Austin. I think that was for the tag team titles, as a matter of fact. But hey, he's back in it tonight, and there's a new group in charge, a new trio to take on, and they might hit even harder than the NWO. I mean, historically, they did get rid of the NWO. They are the reason that they're no longer a thing here on Raw. So, I mean, yeah, I would say they're better than the NWO based on that. I mean, it was just one win, but, you know, I mean, it was 2. They took the tag titles off of them as well. They beat them in both of their encounters. Maybe not in singles competition, but that doesn't matter. So here we go, Mick Foley and Seth Rollins, and oh, Foley going straight in for the offense, but Rollins caught him. And up next we have Roddy Piper and Drew McIntyre in action. Obviously earlier tonight we just saw Bryce Walker get involved in Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels match. I wonder if Bryan will return the favor later on tonight. Foley couldn't relax. Yeah, I wonder if Daniel Bryan will return the favor later on tonight, as Bryce Walker is at the face-off against Randy Savage just before our main event. Obviously, Bryce was, back when Bryce was associated with Daniel Bryan, he was very vocal about how much he did not like Randy Savage being in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So he's got a chance now, several months later, to finally take out those kind of now very dated frustrations. Obviously, Bryce really didn't like the concept of all these kind of wrestling legends being a part of this here universe. So, you know, set foot in the ring with one of the most respected out there, and we'll see how you do, Brycey boy. I hope you get your close-up, baby. Bulldog. Don't forget, of course, TLC just 6 days away. And, well, we got quite the show coming your way. We're going to be seeing, of course, for Monday Night Raw, the United States Championship in a sorry, no, that's not a match. The United States Championship in the only non-stipulated match of the night, which will be Kofi Kingston challenging Cody Rhodes. We'll also be seeing the European Championship on the line between Bryce Walker and Daniel Bryan in a table match, and a 4-way TLC match. Randy Orton defends the WWE Championship against Miz, Ziggler, and Goldberg. Odds are very stacked against Randy Orton to lose that title on what will only be his second defense at TLC. And I gotta say, you know, I really felt like Orton redeemed himself after seeming to have maybe jumped the gun with when he cashed in on The Rock by picking up that big victory at Survivor Series. But ever since Survivor Series, Orton seems to be once again on the downswing, so to speak, after losing to Goldberg. And I think it's the only match he's been in since TLC. Of course, we can't forget what Dolph Ziggler did last week. Put that sleeper hold in on The Miz. Let's say on Dolph Ziggler. Put that sleeper hold in on The Miz and literally caused him to pass out. He was able to pick up the pinfall victory afterwards. And big bulldog there by Mick Foley. Foley absolutely dominating Seth Rollins with a double arm DDT. He goes in for the cover on Rollins, and Mick Foley does not pick up the win. Never mind, I thought he had there. Rollins has been busted open by Mick. This is not a favorable situation for Seth Rollins to be in right now. And I don't know what it is about Seth, but every time he's in singles competition, he seems to get absolutely dominated. Knee drop there to the face of Foley. Is Foley busted open as well, or did I just see things for a minute there? I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. I just saw things, okay. Must have just been like his hair or something. Did you hear how his leg connected? Rollins pouring with blood here as Mick Foley sends Rollins into the corner, and there he goes. I don't know what it is. For some reason, Rollins, is it because he has like, is this another Ray situation? Does he have like a bad finisher or something? No, because the AI always just does the sliced bread. I don't know why. Like, you know, I've been embracing just letting the game play out the matches a lot more than I used to, but like, I feel like Rollins just gets his ass handed to him every time he's in a match lately. But I'll be honest, I'm not too happy about it. I saw a tag team champion. That's that classic 2K 50-50 booking is what I'm going to have to assume. I loves doing that. I loves having both sides always picking up wins, so no one comes out with much momentum at any given point. Into the corner, and oh, Rollins able to reverse that one. I tell you what, this is a great competitive matchup. Oh, and the mandible claw. Not even a Mr. Socko. Seth Rollins with the claw down his throat, and oh my god. Oh my god, he didn't even tap. He just, did you see that? He just stopped moving. The referee decided to call for the bell. What the hell, Mick? What did you do? Well, another loss for Rollins. I don't like it, but it keeps happening.
Wow, what a match. What an effort by these combatants.
Wow, what a match.
That submission hold looked painful.
Well, Mick Foley picks up a win here tonight, and obviously, Austin defeated Dean Ambrose just last week, so, I mean, technically they beat 2/3 of the Shield. I think they should be given a tag title opportunity, whether Austin wants to or not. Well, anyway, Mick Foley, bang bang, there you go. He is victorious in this one over Seth Rollins as we move on. Up next, Roddy Piper in action as he faces off against Drew McIntyre.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from Glasgow, Scotland, Rocky Pierre.
Wow, listen to that reaction.
Well, we recently asked Roddy Piper how he feels about the upcoming Royal Rumble, and Roddy Piper had this to say. Woo! And that was it. That was all he said. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see if Roddy Piper is in the Royal Rumble or not. Of course, there will be many superstars from Raw, SmackDown, and even NXT potentially. You never know. We could even see some surprise appearances. It is the Royal Rumble after all, and anything can happen here in the WWE. So look forward to that, as we are officially almost there now. Once TLC passes, it's Royal Rumble time, baby! And these guys, as a matter of fact, could even be in it.
Approaching the ring, from Ayr, Scotland, weighing 256 pounds, Drew McIntyre.
Well, obviously, these two dodged a bullet this week here on Raw, because last week we were told on NXT that the primetime players would have the choice of the bottom-ranked superstars from Raw or SmackDown to face off in an EYS this week on NXT. And they picked the bottom superstars from SmackDown, which is the pairing of JBL and Rick Rude. Whereas if they had picked Raw, it would have been the PTP up against these two on NXT, which is a very strange pair. I mean, JBL and Rude ain't really... That's also a pretty strange pair, but you know what? Here tonight, these two face off against each other, and they can count their lucky stars. And of course, the reason I say that is because they will remain superstars here on Raw for the next 5 weeks at the very least. And of course, here tonight, this match between the two means that one of them will get to go up a little, you know, probably only a 1-rank increase from a singles victory over either one of these two, since they are the bottom 2 ranked on Raw right now. But, you know, it could still be an increase for them. They could still work their way up just a little bit. I wonder if the primetime players will be able to defeat JBL and Rick Rude this Wednesday on NXT. I tell you what, that would really change the landscape of SmackDown in a sense. Not majorly on the sense of Rick Rude, and I don't mean any disrespect to Rude for that. But JBL is, of course, 1/3 of the coalition. He's aligned with Damian Sandow and Scott Steiner right now. Of course, they are the World Tag Team Champions. JBL is nothing, and he's actually been quite a weak link in that group. But, you know, they would go from a group to a tag team, and obviously, on top of that, you know, JBL, you got to think, this time last year, he was untouchable. He was at the top of most Raws. He was the WWE Champion. At this point, you know, what, December of 2011, there's still another 3 months left of JBL. 4 months even, sorry, because we're right at the start of the month. 4 months just about of JBL as WWE Champion, dominant champion, some great defenses. And, now, you know, now we fast forward and JBL isn't, well, he's right at the bottom of SmackDown. Goes to show sometimes that brand shift really changes things for you. Of course, there has been arguments that obviously JBL doesn't have any backing. There's no kind of management favoring him and putting him at the top of the hour. But, you know, with that being said, JBL, he was, you know, you got to credit where credit's due. He was a dominant champion in his own right. I mean, he put Booker T out of commission. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I mean, again, you know, and I'm not trying to talk smack on 3MB. I actually really like 3MB, but you take a look at where Drew McIntyre was a year ago. This man was damn near on the cusp of the World Heavyweight Championship, coming off of a year-long United States Championship reign. And, well, now he's at the bottom of Raw. These things just happen sometimes. It's a crowded roster, and obviously it's always ever evolving, and with that, you know, your place doesn't always, it's not always guaranteed. Take a look at Roddy Piper as another example. You know, he came here to Monday nights. I was very excited about Roddy Piper. I felt like this was a game-changing signing. And unfortunately, it's kind of been very stagnant for Roddy Piper. He hasn't really ever been able to pick up many victories. Some say he doesn't even have his real name. He's Rocky Pierre, but is this an imposter, perhaps? Maybe we should vote him off. And Drew McIntyre to crickets here with the Future Shock DDT. These fans don't know what's good for him. Actually, aren't the Canadian crowds usually one of the better ones? Cover attempt here by Drew McIntyre on Roddy Piper, and no. I heart the drummer. Well, today I learned that Drew McIntyre is the drummer of 3MB. German suplex. I tell you, Drew has been very dominant against Piper so far in this. Very interesting who's going to fill out the field for the Royal Rumble match, honestly. It's getting closer and closer as we speak, and there's no telling who it's going to be. German suplex takes down Roddy Piper, and Drew McIntyre continues to be extremely dominant here. A reversal. And Roddy Piper going to try and choke out Drew McIntyre. No, never mind. He's going to do a Future Shock DDT. What? Drew McIntyre dropped with his own finishing move. Hit to perfection, I'm going to say. Credit to Roddy Piper, and an immediate kick out by Drew. He is not getting beaten by his own move. That's what that guy just said. And this could do it because, of course, as I say, Season 4, baby. There it is. Oh, yeah. You gotta love it. And by that, I mean hate it very much. Season 4 strikes again. Oh, Rocky Pierre, everybody. What a winner. What a hero. And this will be discussed heavily on WWE.com. As we move on up next, Bryce Walker looks to defeat Randy Savage. I'll tell you what, actually, give a look at the show we've had here tonight. Kind of got these current generation against these more veteran-like wrestlers. Shawn Michaels beat Daniel Bryan. Mick Foley beat Seth Rollins, and Roddy Piper beat Drew McIntyre. Bryce, sorry, this might not be your night at this rate.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from New York, Bryce Walker.
Well, I'll tell you what, at least he got his close-up, baby. There it is. Bryce Walker making his way to the ring. I feel like I heard this song recently. It's all over the charts these days. We literally play the whole damn thing during matches sometimes. Bryce Walker's at the face-off against Randy Savage here tonight, and this is a very tall task for Bryce Walker to try and overcome. Obviously, you know, the roster is stacked here on Raw for a newcomer like Bryce Walker, especially now that he's riding solo without Daniel Bryan. It's always going to be a little bit of a struggle, I'll be the first to admit, but, you know, he's stepped up. He said, hey, I'm a technical genius. I'm a golden god.
And approaching the ring, from Sarasota, Florida, weighing 245 pounds, Macho Man, Randy Savage.
And of course, here comes the Macho Man. Oh, yeah. Probably shouldn't have done that with a bad throat. I mean, I feel like that's a good impression that I'm probably getting better. Not that that was a good impression, but that I could do that without, like, damn near vomiting. Not that kind of sick, by the way. It's just a cold. My throat's just been hurting a lot. It's just obviously when you do something that's so based around your voice like this, You basically have like to stop or make some of the worst videos ever, and I'm not about making the worst videos ever. I already do that on a weekly basis. I don't want to make them even worse. So it'll be good. I'm really happy to see Macho Man in action more often on Raw again, by the way. I just want to say that. I will say, I feel like some of the losses we've had here on Raw recently, it actually more like gains. And oh no, Bryce Walker, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't grab a chair. Don't get it. No, no interference. Okay. Well, I was really expecting someone's team to hit immediately. And Bryce Walker not even grabbing a weapon. I really figured he would have taken the easy way out here with the referee knocked out, especially with him so-called accidentally doing it. Hey, he's actually going to try and hold his own against Randy Savage here tonight. A great Randy Savage attire this is, by the way. You know, I've watched WrestleMania 8 quite a lot of times. And yet, for some reason, I can't remember what Savage did at WrestleMania 8. Is that the one where he beat Flair? Wait, did he beat Flair or did Flair beat him? No, he beat Flair. I'm pretty sure he beat Flair. I think he beat Flair. Oh no, maybe he didn't, because I think, oh, maybe that match ended like a DQ or something. Hang on a minute, I'm going to pull up WrestleMania 8. I've watched WrestleMania 8 like 3 times in my life, which is a lot for me. I don't normally re-watch wrestling stuff, but I've like restarted watching like historic stuff through to a certain point quite a lot of times. And I always give up at some point, and this is the longest I've gone without doing that. Oh, he did? Yeah, he did beat Flair. I thought so. So I take it Brett wins the title off of Savage. Is that right? I don't really remember Savage's. Would this be his second reign? I remember his first one, where Hogan's just an absolute asshole, and then they portray Randy Savage as the bad guy. That's a lot of Hulk Hogan championship feuds, really. Growing up is realizing that Hulk Hogan was always the bad guy. Oh, he loses it back to Flair, who then drops it to Bret Hart, which is like a month later. Right, okay. That's when they did title changes on like primetime wrestling and house shows. No wonder I don't remember that. Yeah, without the weekly shows, I didn't keep up with things that great. Because obviously it was a lot harder to. You could watch like random in-between things, I think, on the network, but I only ever watched like Raw. I watched Superstars for a while. Once Raw started, I stopped watching Superstars because it started getting a lot worse. Right, okay. If you're also very curious, by the way, how far along I am on my history, what I've been watching, this is the furthest I've ever gotten. I'm realizing why I've dropped off like 3 different times at 95, just because it's not a very good year. I'm up to the Build the King of the Ring 95, which unfortunately I already know is one of everybody's favorite King of the Ring winners. What a time. Over attempt here. Oh, no. Bryce Walker getting very upset here. I need to take it out on the table. I guess maybe once again trying to get that message across to Daniel Bryan, though. Let's not forget, of course, they do have a table match coming up in 6 days' time, and obviously it was because of Bryce Walker's involvement with trying to take apart the table that it led to that. Bryce was clearly intending on putting someone, he says Bryan, through the table. It was the European Championship Triple Threat on Raw a few weeks back, and whilst he was doing that, Daniel Bryan got the cover on Kofi. And Bryce now, he's doing it. It's the pen to paper. Oh, wow. I still don't understand how that busts anyone open. Bryce, a big fan of the PTP. I just realized that's what that shortens to. Well, I guess you could always, you could try to make it like more edgy. It'd be the P2P. Bryce can't seem to get his hands fully around the giant arms of Macho Man Randy Savage, so unfortunately I don't think he's got quite enough grip, and yep, Savage gets out of that one. Uh-oh. This is not a place you want to be. Bryce Walker set up on the top rope, and there's a superplex. Good God! Cover attempt here on Bryce Walker, and is this going to be enough? Oh. What the hell happened there? It's kind of funny because I'm able to like yell and stuff now, and I'm just remembering like SmackDown. When I recorded SmackDown, I could not. I remember towards the end of the episode, I could barely like I was struggling to talk. That was me coming down. This is me coming back up. Like a week later. Pile driver here by Savage. Ooh. And he goes like, oh, wow. I was going to say, not even thinking about the ropes there. Obviously, I don't really love how everyone always focuses on dragging them away from the ropes. But, sometimes you need to. And right there, I believe, was the time when you needed to. And Bryce with a moonsault. You don't often see Bryce get very flippy. But he did right there. I believe Bryce has got some new merch out. It says, no flips, just fists. I don't know what that means, but I don't think it'll ever catch on. Big strike there. Cover attempt. Is this going to be enough? No. He's got Savage caught. I'll tell you, Bryce is going toe-to-toe with Randy Savage. Honestly, Bryce has had a lot of great matches this year. And oh! That lifting suplex there. And of course, as we get towards the end of the year, I do kind of love the idea, obviously preferably after TLC, of finding out what matches people have enjoyed the most. And, oh, hang on a minute here. He ground him, except not really. He completely blew that one. But yeah, I'd like to know, what matches stood out the most this year, who you think was a breakout star this year, who you think we should watch next year. Who do you think was like the superstar of the year? Well, that's a tag team, so on. I'm interested. I guess it's close enough to the end of the year. If you guys wanted to discuss that, I'd be interested in hearing it. Maybe we'll get like a real legendary thing at TLC. But I think we're close enough to the end of the year now. If you guys wanted to start submitting people you think fit those categories and more. OMG moment of the year or whatever, I don't know. Whatever you want to do. And the best collection of them, I'll talk about it in a future video. How's about that? Cover attempt off the knee to the head of Bryce Walker, and oh, there you go. I was going to say, these guys are really going. I feel like they started shooting on each other at one point. That got really heated in that ring. And Bryce is back up to his feet, and uh-oh. Daniel Bryan. Randy Savage got out of the ring real quick. Bryce ready to fight there. There he is! Oh, revenge! That's exactly what Bryce did to Bryan. Several months ago, Bryan has been keeping his patience, keeping his cool for so long, but not tonight. Not tonight, damn it. He got his revenge. Well, here we go. Main event time here on Raw, and this is going to be a long one. Buckle up, viewers. We got ourselves a long main event. 6-man tag action closing out the go-home Raw before TLC. Are we looking at a 2-time WWE Champion in the making? Miz, one of the most decorated superstars we've ever had. Of course, TLC It's any man's game at that point. The championship is hung above the ring. That match can end so fast. It can go so long. There's just no telling.
From Hollywood, Florida, weighing 223 pounds, Dolph Ziggler.
Of course, here is a man who has been hyper-focused recently on becoming WWE Champion. He has put so much time, so much effort, so much heart into becoming champion. And I think TLC is going to be a make-or-break moment for Dolph Ziggler, honestly. I don't know. I'm not saying I don't think he can come back from a loss at TLC, but I think it's crucial for Dolph that he wins. And I think he knows it, and I think he's focused on it. Because for Dolph Ziggler, this is the big one. You know, Survivor Series, he had that huge match with Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. He wasn't able to pick up the win when it mattered the most. But, I mean, look at what both Miz and Ziggler are up against. I know this may be Miz's bodyguard right now, but I'd have to say there's going to be some real independence on Goldberg if he wins the WWE title. I don't think he's going to need to be the Miz's employee at all. Goldberg defeated Randy Orton himself to secure a contendership match in which he defeated Hulk Hogan last week and became a confirmed part of the TLC match. Well, I actually think it was 2 weeks ago. Sorry, not last week. But Goldberg, I think he's got what it takes to win the WWE title. Absolutely. TLC could be a crowning night for this absolute machine of a man. We've been waiting to see this guy compete for a championship, and finally he's going to. And that completes the first team here in this main event tonight on Raw. 6-man tag team match. Stalling, waiting for this to continue. Once again, I just want to say, never mind. That thought can wait. There he is.
From Ghana, West Africa, weighing 221 pounds, Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston, former European champion, now looks to step up and try to become United States champion at TLC. A one-on-one match with a man that respects Kofi Kingston and actually challenged himself. He said, look, step up. I think you've got what it takes to go for my championship. Don't focus on the European title. Take a step up. Go above where you've ever been before. And obviously, Kofi Kingston, with respect to Cody Rhodes, he is intending on taking his United States Championship. And this is just getting so slow. There we go.
And his partners from Marietta, Georgia, weighing 223 pounds, the United States Champion, Cody Rhodes.
I believe going into TLC, Cody Rhodes will be the third longest reigning United States Champion. Let me just quickly fact check that real quick. I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes has officially tied Dolph Ziggler's reign, I think, going into... Oh, no, he's not there yet. My mistake. Hang on, how up to date is this? I think this is up to date. Yeah, Cody Rhodes has got... he'll be going in TLC tonight, this Sunday. 119 days as United States Champion. Dolph Ziggler's reign 140. Cody getting very close to it. And obviously if he makes it out of TLC with the title, it's pretty safe to assume he'll be making it to the Royal Rumble with the United States Championship. Where he will overtake Dolph Ziggler and become the third longest reigning in history. Just behind Damian Sandow with 182 days. And of course Drew McIntyre with 301 days. Drew McIntyre with the longest championship reign this series has ever seen. Although that comes with an asterisk, I will always mention, because it was inactive for a long time. He made up all the defenses, but it was inactive for a very long time during that reign.
From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, the WWE Champion, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton.
And of course, the final entrant in this match, Randy Orton, in his second reign as WWE Champion. I'm going to say I think his first reign as WWE Champion was incredible. I think we're only just getting started in his second reign, but it could also come to an end at TLC. As I mentioned before, just like how Randy Orton claimed the Money in the Bank briefcase from the likes of the former holders Antonio Cesaro and Chris Jericho, as well as Dolph Ziggler was in that match, that four-way ladder match back at, when was that? That was Hell in a Cell, I believe. Just like how Randy Orton had retrieved that briefcase and then ended up becoming WWE Champion, Dolph Ziggler could have things come full circle, because all you got to do to win that TLC match is retrieve the title. But I tell you, that's a dangerous match. It's absolute carnage, one of the craziest matches out there. But that's not to say it can't end in an instant. When the championship hangs above the ring, it could be a 2-minute match, it could be a 20-minute match. No in between. So here we go, we're starting things off. It's The Miz and Kofi Kingston in the 6-man tag team match. We've got 30 minutes on the clock because, of course, we've got to account for how long this match can go for, whilst also I'm making sure that it isn't endless. I believe disqualifications and countouts are entirely an option in this match, but this should be an interesting main event. Obviously, I believe this is maybe even the first time Kofi Kingston has ever main evented Raw, believe it or not. Been around since the very beginning in season 1. I don't know if has Kofi Kingston ever main evented Raw. There's an easy way for me to find this out. See, if you go to the wiki and you click on shows, and you go to Raw, all you got to do is you press Control F, which is to find on the page. You write Kofi Kingston in. Apparently, he main evented Raw one time. It was the 9th ever episode of Raw, the 25th of January 2010. He faced off against Batista. And of course that took place in everyone's favorite place, Los Angeles, California. And I can almost guarantee you he did not win. If he did, I'm very impressed. But here we are, almost 140 episodes later, 10th of December, episode 148 of Raw, in case you're curious. Kofi Kingston finally back in the main event picture. Let me have a look at who won this. Let me have a look at how long this went, actually. That would be interesting to find out. Well, it's a surprise to no one, Batista won. The match was... I mean, these episodes were really short. About 4 minutes long. That's pretty good. 4 minutes ain't bad. I will say that. 4 minutes ain't too bad. What else do we have in that Raw? Curiosity wasn't here. Drew McIntyre versus R-Truth with D9-Fault. Wow. D9-Fault. What a throwback. John Morrison. By the way, Drew McIntyre won that. John Morrison versus Jack Swagger in an Elimination Chamber qualifier in which Swagger defeated John Morrison. And David Otunga versus Kane, who at the time was carrying the United States Championship. And Kane defeated Otunga in like 2 minutes. That episode is 30 minutes long. Batista versus Kofi was also a chamber qualifier, by the way. This episode is 30 minutes long. We've got 4 matches. And I used to have a post-show bit where I would go through and show all this and that, because I was being a lot less formal, I guess, back then. I don't like that format. I know there are people that miss that format, but I do not miss that format at all. I like what this has become, but I do kind of like the earlier years of this because it feels like growth. Also, I had a very interesting thing. I don't know if people wanted to see this. I put this in my Discord, but no one really responded to it at the time, saying whether they were interested in it or not. But I found when I was running up my wiki pages, you can actually see the original match cards on the wiki when making a new page. It's kind of hard to find, but I managed to find it. And I actually managed to see the original Survivor Series 2012. The one that I would have booked back in 2012. A 12-year-old show. Well, 11, let's be real. So if you wanted to know, I posted it in my Discord. I'll read it off now. Okay? And if you guys are interested in this, you know, let me know in my Discord, and I'll post it when I get around the TLC. But this was the Survivor Series 2012 originally, and you tell me which Survivor Series 2012 you preferred. Obviously, for my current one, you can just look that up yourself. So we kick things off introducing the NXT Championship in a 6-man Battle Royal. This was won by Sin Cara. I have no recollection of Sin Cara as NXT champ. I do remember him winning this. I do remember winning this NXT title, but I do not remember his champ. I think he lost it at TLC to Cody, I'm pretty sure. But Sin Cara defeated Cody Rhodes, Kevin Nash, Wade Barrett, Christian, and Chris Jericho to become the first NXT champion. For the Divas Championship, that was in a 12 minutes 41. And for the Divas Championship in 5 minutes and 8, Lita defeated Beth Phoenix to win the Divas title. In 9.5 minutes, Too Cool defeated The Awesome Truth to win the World Tag Team titles. In almost 11 minutes, in an I Quit match for the Hardcore title, Lesnar defeated Cactus Jack to retain. In 10 minutes and 5, for the WWE Tag Team title, Tornado Tag Team TLC match, Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel defeated Team DZ to win the WWE Tag Team titles. In the semi-main event, now this one really made me laugh because of how things are these days. Technically, well, sort of. Randy Orton retained the World Heavyweight Championship against The Rock in just under 8 minutes. That's kind of funny because obviously I don't remember anything from back then, that specifically. I remember like Royal Rumble 2012 because it was the first show I ever did, but that's about it. And finally, in the main event, to unify and make it the undisputed WWE Championship, Austin Aries, who was returning as the champion after leaving, because I think this is when I did like a game switch over. Austin Aries defeated Kane. Somehow. In 7 minutes. There you go. So if you guys are ever interested in revisiting more of those, don't, for the love of God, try doing it yourself on the wiki, because you'll end up making pages that I don't want. But, you know, it can be like a fun thing to do when I revisit like my old shows as I get ready for my new shows. But, oh, Jackhammer and Orton almost got the 3. It would have been perfect. You know, if you're interested in that, if you want to hear that down the line for TLC and so on, let me know and I'll share them in my Discord. I probably won't read them off on the episode, unless maybe I could read them off on the episodes. I mean, there's no real reason not to, right? Yeah, maybe I could read them off on the episodes. The thing is, I don't normally get this big of an opening to do that during a match. It's just I knew this match would be nowhere near finished in the time it would take me to read that. Orton stomps, here we go. He's going to that place. And for Orton, this would be so redeeming to get this win over Goldberg. Hang on. Ooh. It's happening again. Goldberg tags out to The Miz. And an RKO the moment Miz gets in the ring. Cody Rhodes takes down Goldberg. Cody Rhodes takes down Dolph. Miz kicks out of the RKO. That would have been a picture-perfect finish. And it would have given Randy Orton some much-needed momentum. Miz crawls towards the ropes. I'm going to do everything in my power tomorrow to make sure that I get TLC done. I might sound like shit by the end of it, but I'm going to do everything I can to get TLC done because I really want to know who's coming out on top. And obviously it gets us to the then Royal Rumble build, which I'm really looking forward to. Oh, Cody tagging himself in there. Orton did not like that, but Cody scooping up The Miz with an Alabama slam, and Orton wanting tagged back in. Cody goes for the cover. Orton a little hesitant here to help his buddy, and Cody gets the pinfall on The Miz regardless. Cody Rhodes picking up the win here, and I gotta be honest, I feel like there's a little bit of tension between Randy and Cody there, but you know what? He got the job done.
Here are your winners, Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston, and the Apex Predator, Randy Orton.
Well, it seems like Randy's been able to put that aside now, but I guess maybe, you know, he wanted to hear his music hit as the closing moments of the match, but regardless, The champs and Kofi Kingston pick up the victory here tonight. Now drop with a double RKO. That's literally impossible. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston are victorious. Kofi and Cody will meet for the US Championship this Sunday at TLC. And Randy Orton will meet all three of the guys he just beat alongside these guys. Hopefully he won't have these guys in his corner. And it will be a 4-way TLC match for the WWE Championship. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you guys this Wednesday on NXT.